Hey guys, Joe Zamataro from PWC Muscle. Joined with me as always is my good friend and business partner in PWC Muscle, Greg Hall.
What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us.
So we been off the past couple of weeks with the podcast. We actually did record one when we were on a trip last week, but the audio was such garbage that wasn't worth uploading for you guys. So we kind of start fresh this week, and here we are on podcast number 11.
Welcome back. In double digits now. That's exciting.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to next week. We actually in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we're gonna start to have our syndication going and putting all of our stuff so you can find us on all of the like Apple.
I think Stitcher
feeds.
is one of them.
Yeah, all of the directories for podcasts. But we wanted to get a few, I guess about a dozen under our belt before going that route. And we in 2 weeks we should have a guest appearance by someone from the PWC community and on our podcast as well. We'll
Sweet, that's exciting. That'll be our first guest.
Yeah. So this for this episode we're gonna talk about our trip where we went out to Pompano Beach to Riva. Got to ride on their GP 1800R as well as the a Stage 3 ST3 hull GTX, or actually RXTX technically.
Yeah, the new platform.
Yeah, so we'll get started there. Have a couple of little like teaser video or pictures for you guys, but we'll have more information, articles and such once we get all that info together. So yeah, so they had us out and got that was my first time actually being on the water since my car accident, July 22nd. It
beat you up a little bit.
Beat the shit out of me. I couldn't. I basically didn't get out of bed the next day. I guess I thought I'd be more ready to go than I am, but I guess that's kind of part of the recovery process, is to push yourself to see what you can and can't do, and definitely can't. I mean, I think I was only on the water for probably 20 minutes.
Probably maybe. Yeah, about 20 minutes combined, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So it. Unfortunately, the wind was really high, so it made it pretty choppy out there. Otherwise, we would have some information on test runs, but we couldn't get clean data trying to do our accelerometer and GPS testing. And then it was way too windy. We had a drone that we were going to fly. Way too windy to fly a drone.
Yeah, the day got cut short because of rain. So I think we only had, we were expecting to have more time than we ended up having.
Yep. So it I mean, it wasn't all for naught, though. We got to, look at what they've done, see a lot of the modifications that they put on it, and then also we're able to get some interview footage with Dave and have him go through both skis and show all the parts that are on there.
Yep. Able to get some interviews with Dave Bamdist over at Riva Racing.
So it was overall a good visit. The night before, actually, we had dinner with a friend of ours, two friends, both Eric and Sophie Francis, who were racing for Riva last season, but have now officially moved to Broward Motorsports, who's making a big push to basically have a factory team for them, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's definitely exciting stuff from Broward.
Yeah, it means that they don't have to touch their skis, get them all set up, because I mean it's a pretty big handful to both physically prepare, mentally prepare for some of these endurance races, and then have to scramble and wrench on your own boat in between races, hoping that it's going to work. I mean that takes a lot of the fun out of it, and luckily they have a really good setup going with Broward, and Broward has a history of doing really well in a lot of the racing events. Sam's been at it for a long while and a good guy.
Yeah.
Definitely excited to see what they can do this next season.
Yeah, very excited about that. We'll still be on with Eric. We're excited about his season coming up, so we'll still be part of that. So it's nothing's changing on that front with us.
Yeah, and I know that basically Dean's team's backing them as well. They have a couple of big name. I'm not sure if they've made all the announcements yet, but big name riders racing for the team, and they'll be the ones to watch, and puts puts Eric in a really great position to do well this season.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think that pretty much covers our, the last week where we were. And
yeah, it was a fun event. We thank Riva for having us down there to their media event and got to check everything out. One of the first ones to get to see everything in action. So that's always a fun time when we're able to do that.
Yeah, they should be having more of the RXTX parts coming out here shortly. I believe
the power filter just came out.
We have
so
one of those in hand.
If you're wanting a power filter, we just got those.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few other parts they still don't have on hand just yet. But you did get to try them out. You get to try out the prototypes.
Yeah, it's a fast ski, man. I really like the ski. I wish I physically could push it more, because I would have been on that thing all day just to see what it'd be capable of. It definitely at this point right now can far outperform me. So
yeah, and for everyone listening, what did you think about the differences between the stability of the two?
It's it really kind of is hard to say because the weather conditions were changing.
Yeah.
And I was getting, I rode the GT or the RXTX first, and it's with the chop that was out there, it cut right through it. It felt like it always felt basically glued to the water. It felt like a really, really stable platform. The way that it turns really reminded me of the PX, and that's a really good thing. The way that they had it tuned with the acceleration, it's almost like driving a turbocharged car, where the first I guess up to about 30 miles an hour, it's not really building a ton of boost, but then it just all of a sudden just wails.
Feels like it takes off.
Oh yeah, there's no cavitation in it, like is a big problem with the GP 1800s. It just felt really solid. The GP 1800's obviously a fast ski. I like riding it. Comparatively, it beat the shit out of me, even being out there for just 10 minutes. And it's amazing how much it bounces around, where the RXTX just stuck. I mean, and it's hard to compare directly because the winds were picking up.
Yeah, that's true. Between rides, the weather conditions changed drastically. Yeah. And that was like a 15, 20-minute period. It went from, no wind to
yeah. Well, I mean, at any rate, we only have to wait about another month for the first P1 Aqua X race to see what guys are doing with. I think there's only going to be a couple of people actually on in the ST3 hull, but I have a feeling it'll do well, and top riders that make the transition over to it. I think it's my prediction is that Sea-Doo's worked hard to get back on top again, and they'll be at least competing for podium spots, if not being able to take them.
Yeah, last season it was dominated by Yamaha across the board.
Yeah. You're hopeless if you're on a Sea-Doo. And one thing that they did change this season, they opened it up so you can run tunes, basically because they had no fucking clue how to find out if you had one on there, and it just led to a bunch of pushing the boundaries and cheating's been part of racing since the inception of it, and basically, if you didn't have a tuned Yamaha, you weren't going to be able to finish top 10. And if you had a Sea-Doo, you basically didn't have much of a chance. So allowing tunes is really going to help even the playing field.
Yeah,
you just can't remove the GPS limiter. So it'll help the acceleration, which anytime there's rough water, that's it's where you lose a lot of time, is trying to get back up to speed, hitting some of the bigger waves.
Yeah, that's definitely going to change the game this season, so that'll be exciting to watch.
Well, speaking of games, why don't we move on to something that we've been talking about doing for a while, and we kind of did recently with some celebrity deaths. We're going to do a celebrity birthday challenge, and let me get this pulled up here for you guys.
Celebrity birthday challenge.
So what we're going to do is we're going to guess see whose birthday it is in the month of March, and how old they are. See who can get closest, and there's no prize in this one, but I think in future episodes we might have to get some of those hot chips and loser eats.
Yeah, or those jelly beans that have a bunch of different gross flavors. That looks pretty funny. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but Jelly Belly sells this pack of jelly beans that half of them are good flavors and the other half are like trash, just stuff that you never want to eat.
Yeah, nice.
So,
Yeah, so we'll get some of those on order. So this is our first time doing this. What we're gonna do is the first person up, put them up here. So we can't see the age, but it's basically on a website. So I don't know exactly how many people are on this and who they are. So we'll skip through some of the other ones, and only the notable ones will we actually. This is cutting off your face. Give me a sec here, bud. Only the notable ones will we guess on. There, let me see if that looks a little bit better. All right. So our first up is Justin Bieber. Bieber, who was he found by? Usher? Usher first found him on like YouTube or something?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
All right, so Justin Bieber, you want to go first?
Like how old he is now?
How old he is now?
I don't know, 25.
25? That's older than I was gonna think. But then again, I'm older than I think I am too at this point. I'm gonna go on the under and say 23. But you're probably closer, yeah. So let's see. Oh, sorry. So it has the year born 1994. Let's assume that they turned for all these that they actually have turned to their March age.
Okay.
Because there are going to be some that are later in the month. So 1994
gotcha. Puts them at 24.
It's a split.
Mm.
All right. I have no idea who Bryce Dallas Howard is.
Nor do I.
Let's go on to the next leading lady here. Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel. She's been a while.
Let's say 37.
37. I was going to go 33.
I think she's older than that.
All right. Let's go down enough to see it. 82.
So I'd put her 36.
Yeah. All right. So you're closer on that one. You know, I'm going to keep score for us just so we can.
We're not wagering anything though. So
let's wager
pound of beer.
Pound of beer? Is that the winner or the loser?
Yeah, the winner gets the pound of beer, right?
We'll just keep track of who wins this one then. All right, up after that.
We'll think of something. Guys.
Catherine O'Hara. Now, was she the mother in Home Alone?
Well, let me see if I can pull up a picture of her. Yeah, she is the mother in Home Alone. I say she's like 62.
See, I'm being too nice. I keep going with these unders. So let's see. She probably was like in her mid-30s, 20 years ago? So that movie was even more than 20 years ago. Shit, you're right. You're like right where it should be. I'm going to go 64.
64?
She was born in 54, which puts her at 64. All right, I got one. I'll guess first on this next one then.
Eva Mendes.
Oof, Eva Mendes. I think that...
I'll put her at 37.
I'm going to go higher. Because I feel like she was... Yeah. I'm going to go 40. Right on 40.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's see. Eva Mendes. 74. Let's put her at 44.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea how old she was.
She definitely has aged well. Another guy that's aged well. Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq O'Neal. Give me a second. I can think about this.
I'll go first on this. So I think he's going to be 55.
Well, I'd say he is.
That might be high.
44.
44. Mm-hmm. All right. So he was born in 72. So that's 46. You're definitely closer on that one.
I tried to do the math because I remember he was a rookie in like 1992. So I was trying to think. He's probably 18.
All right. Bryan Cranston has a birthday.
I'm going to say 61.
That's going to be a tough one too. Let's go. I'm going to go the under. 60.
62.
62. Oh, another one for you, my friend. All right. Everybody's favorite sweetheart, James Vanderbeek.
I don't even know who this guy is.
You don't know who James Vanderbeek is?
No, I see a picture of him too.
He was in Varsity Blues. That's the only thing I actually know him from. Varsity Blues. He was a quarterback.
He was a quarterback from Varsity Blues. Varsity Blues came out like 1998. If he was a quarterback, he probably would have been like 20 in that movie. So I'll say 40 on the button.
I'll go 44. Ah, shit. 42. 42. Let's see. He was born March 8th, 77. So that puts him at 41.
So that's a split.
Split.
I should stick you to what you said at first, though. You said 44.
Yeah. All right. Oscar Isaac.
It's Poe from the new Star Wars movies. I'll put him at 42.
I was going to say 40. 40 is my guess on him. Oh, we're both just a little bit high. 79, so it puts him at
39.
39. All right. Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde.
37.
I think she's 35.
35. March 10th, 1984.
So that
34.
So 34.
Hmm.
I'll take the W for that.
Jeez. Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard, he's probably 50 on the button.
50 on the button. 48. He's born in 69.
He's 49. So he split it again.
All right, we're gonna skip. I don't even know he's been in a few movies. William H. Macy, just because he looks like
Ironically,
a mess the older he gets.
Aaron Eckhart and William H. Macy were both in a movie together. They were both in Dark Knight together.
Okay, yeah, good call. William H. Macy, I'm saying he's 62.
Golly, he's one of those guys that are hard to pin by looking at him how old he is. 65.
Born in 1950, so 68. 68. You got the one on that too. All right, no idea who this kid is. We'll skip him. Oh, okay. Eva Longoria. And we'll do, say, 3 more after this. Eva Longoria.
48. I don't know.
I mean, I think she's younger. I think she was like 20. I don't think that she's... You said 48? Wow. 44. And I think that's even...
43.
She's 43?
Yeah, I looked after.
Yeah. All right. I have a chance of coming back. I got to get 2 in a row. Lauren Graham.
Don't know who she is.
Yeah, she's been in some movies, but we'll skip on to... Oh, all right. So let's do the next Star
John
Wars
Boyega.
guy. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go with 28.
John Boyega?
Yeah.
I'll say 30.
30. Oh. We're both way wrong. He's born in 92.
So he's 26.
Yeah. I thought he was going to be one of those guys that look older than... or look younger than his age.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, let's do one last one for like a tiebreaker here.
I don't know who Lily Collins is.
Skip that. Let's see if we can find
Bruce
a good
Willis.
name. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis.
Did you know he was dead at the end of Sixth Sense?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I'd say 66.
All right, I was gonna go 65, so that's a good split right there. He is 5'3", 63. 63. Take the over on the...
Yeah.
Barely on that. So let's see if there was anyone else interesting on this list.
There is, but let's move on to the next
for
thing.
sure. So other games in mind, we have March Madness going on. I know that you filled out a bracket.
I did. I didn't watch much college basketball this season, not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a buddy that's very into bracket challenges. So he convinced me into setting up a bracket. So I think Joe's going to pull up my bracket so you can see what I went with.
Here you go. So it's kind of hard to see it all. I'll have to scroll down on some. And it looks like you already got one wrong somewhere?
Yeah, I've already gotten a few wrong.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. So you went for Miami.
I thought, like most people thought, Arizona was going to beat Buffalo, and they just got rolled over. I said that Miami was going to win. They lost. Virginia Tech, I thought they'd win. Wow. They lost against Alabama. That was a close game. In Miami, the Miami game, they lost on a buzzer beater. I don't know if anyone saw the replay, but they lost on a 3-point shot. at the very end of the game to
That's a
lose.
rough way to go out.
Yeah.
What?
So you can see that I have. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see who I have advancing in.
So you're for the national champion. It says that you're picking North Carolina.
I'm going with the Tar Heels. The Tar Heels are always a good team and a solid pick.
Yeah.
There's a few people in my bracket that picked Arizona, and they're already first round. That's always tough.
Completely busted.
Yeah, to have your bracket busted right away by losing. The team you picked doesn't even make it.
Oh yeah.
To the second round. That's tough.
So there was one thing that one game that I was kind of paying a little bit of attention to, mostly just because I thought it was fun. I'm trying to see it on here. Where it was the Kentucky Wildcats versus Davidson Wildcats.
Mm-hmm.
How confusing was that in the stands when people start cheering like "Let's go Wildcats"? have both sides of the fence actually cheering the same chant.
I'm sure both teams were claiming the chants, so
yeah,
makes it kind of fun. You can poke fun at each other.
And of course, there's a lot more March Madness to go, a lot more for your bracket to get beat up on, and they're still doing them. I'm assuming that was it Warren Buffett had the $1 million or I think $1 million challenge, or was it like a $1 billion challenge?
I think it might be $1 billion that he gives because it's next to impossible to get a perfect bracket. I mean, to choose, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
There's inevitably going to be upsets that no one expected.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. Yeah, there's so many. Yeah, so many challenges or chances to lose out on just one game. That's a lot to get right.
Yeah, all it takes is one game, and then your bracket's done. For the $1 million challenge anyway.
Well, if anyone gets past the first round with their bracket, definitely share it with us. We'd like to see who's doing well.
I'd like to see that.
So one more news topic I want to touch on. It's a little bit of a sad day that it was announced that Toys R Us, after being in business for as long as I can remember,
70 years. I think they started in 1948.
1948. So they've been around 70 years. They're finally deciding to close their doors. All of them. All their stores are closing down and aren't going to be around anymore.
It's the internet.
No one's going to be a Toys R Us kid.
Yeah, being an online e-commerce company, we understand both sides. We sell online, but websites like Amazon don't give a lot of brick and mortar stores very much of a chance to make it anymore.
Well, I mean, they nailed it with getting doing their delivery services, being able to order a product and get it sometimes same day.
Yeah, for cheaper prices than Toys R Us was able to offer for because of all the overhead they had to pay for.
Yeah, those stores are all huge.
They said there's 64,000 people that are currently employed by Toys R Us, so sad day for them too.
Well, I know that they're having their closeout deals, and then most stores, when they go out of business like this, they end up selling damn near everything, including the linoleum inside the.
They'll sell all the racks and everything else. So definitely go to your local Toys R Us and get stuff for your kids.
Bid them adieu.
Yeah, get stuff for your kids and then reminisce about the old times. Like I said, they've been around for 70 years. So I'm sure that pretty much everyone listening has been to a Toys R Us at one point or another in their life.
Yeah. Well, as we wrap up the show here. You have anything to add to the end?
Yeah, just wanted to give a shout out to the guys over at WNY. They have that meetup going. It's in July, so definitely check them out. Go to Facebook, search for WNY PWC owners. You can look it up and join their group and talk to them. Anyone that's in New York area or even in northeastern United States, check it out. They're gonna have a lot of guys that go out to that ride, so it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks the more that we're getting closer, and you can definitely feel guys getting more and more excited about it. People looking to order parts just for that ride, just to be able to get an edge up on the next guy. So something definitely to look forward to. That's all we got for this episode. Be sure to catch us on Facebook with some of our other content that we have posted. We have a ton of videos on YouTube, of course. For Greg Hall, I'm Joe Zamataro saying ride fast, and we'll see you on the water.
See you guys.